Hello, Mary. This video is for you. I'm going to show you some of the things I did and hopefully you get some education out of this. First thing I did is I added titles and descriptions to your homepage. Long story short, when you go to Google, this is like, say this page is for your packages. Snapit photo booth rental packages is a meta title. That's what shows up in Google. That's what people actually click on. And then this is considered the meta description of what the page is about, so people to read. I noticed your homepage had a huge meta title. Right now, it's only Snapit, photo booth rentals, Raleigh, Charleston, and Wilmington. But before it was about like 3 different lines, and Google cuts it off, and it's actually bad SEO, can penalize you for having too long of a description. Because if it can't fit in here, then it might as well not even be in there. So I made it a little bit shorter. You can't see them now, but Google will come back and fix them. Also added a meta description. Before you had about a paragraph in there. I trimmed it down to about like 2.5 sentences, and I also put the keywords Raleigh, Wilmington, and Charleston in it, so it actually can help you rank for that city. I also noticed all of these pages, they didn't have proper meta titles. They only had like about, fact, policy. That was it. So I went in and put fact dash. I'll show you. Actually, like for the about us page, and you'll get this in the email. So if you need to actually read it, if you can't see in the video, the about us page now says this, which it had before. And now it also says this. And none of them had any meta descriptions except for your, I think, pricing page. So now they all have visit our about page, etc. And they also have the cities you're trying to rank for and your brand name in it. So I did that for all the pages on your site because currently they didn't have anything. It just takes stuff from other places on that page, which isn't good. What else did I do? Alright, your slider on your home page, which is this thing right here. There's a thing called alt text, which is basically Google can't read these pictures because they're images. So there's some code in there that actually says alt text right here. Before it just said alt text image 1 and the next one said image 2. That doesn't help Google rank you for anything. So I changed them to photo booth Raleigh, photo booth Wilmington, basically telling Google what those pictures are about to help you rank. Also, over the next couple of months, I'm going to be building a couple links to your website that say photo booth plus the cities you're trying to rank in, your brand name plus photo booth. So it's going to be very natural, very organic, and I'm placing them so Google can come back and figure out your site and see what it's all about. I also created this page. I'll show you. Photo booth rental Raleigh, North Carolina. So long story short, I put your slider on there. This page isn't necessarily for people. This is more for search engines. I want Google to come to your page and see one extremely solid page about photo booth rental Raleigh. So as you can see, Raleigh is on there a few times. And I got Charleston, Wilmington, it also has photo booth rentals, stuff like that on it. So basically this will help support your homepage rank. What else? Bear with me. Your current Google rankings. You could do photo booth rental Raleigh, North Carolina. You're ranking number 25 in Google, 127 in Bing, and then 126 in Yahoo. And then Wilmington, you're ranking 33, and then 39 for photo booth Raleigh without the rental. And then these 3 keywords are not in the top 300 search results. I'm hoping in the next month or two you'll start popping back up. What else? When I first got to your site, this was the biggest issue I saw, or second biggest issue. You did not have rental on this page whatsoever. You also did not have an H1 tag. An H1 tag is just a fancy way of us SEO people sounding really smart, but really has nothing to do with anything. Just if you Google it, or I'm looking at your source code, which is the code of your website. Now I added this photo booth rental in Raleigh, Wilmington, and Charleston. All its H1 tag is just literally a code with H1 in it, so it's nothing fancy. But I put it at the bottom of your page. You're supposed to typically have it at the top of your page, but it doesn't really matter. And I didn't want to make your page look any different than it already does. So I've just put it at the bottom so people don't really see it, but Google still sees it, so it'll help you out. So I also added a couple of keywords to your page. So rent is now on the page. You got rentals, you got renting, you got rental, and then you also have rental again, and rentals plural. So every form of rent you have on here. Before you only had Raleigh on here once, now you have it 3 more times on the page. Also added, I believe, Charleston to the page, was not on the page at all. So definitely you need to have all those things on your homepage. You have them now, you're good to go. I think that pretty much addresses everything. One second. Oh, I don't know if you have a Google Maps account, but like if you do a photo booth rental Raleigh. As you can see, some of these companies are just ranking right here very easily. This company doesn't even have a website and it's ranking. I strongly suggest, that you get a photo booth page up for your Google Maps or Google Places. Just Google it. All you have to do is have a Gmail account. It's really easy to do. And then you have to request a PIN code in the mail to verify that you're a real business and not spam. In a couple weeks you get that, you go back in your Google Places account, you put in the PIN code, and you have a chance of starting to rank here. Granted, there's a lot of other things that go into it, but it's free. You should definitely do it. What else? Oh, also, once you do that, then you should also put the address of your company on your website. If you do not have your address on your company website, Google says, hey, maybe they're not a legit company because they don't want people showing up. Granted, it is your home probably. But you can even do something to where it's hidden or you just put it on a back page just so Google can know there's an address on your site. Other than that, so you're ranking 25 for photo booth rental, Raleigh, North Carolina, and then 39 for just without the rental. This is basically, I did a whole bunch of stuff for you for free that is on page optimization. That means stuff I do to your actual website that I showed you. In the code, you can see it, you can highlight it. Everything else that you need to do in order to get to the next level is off-page optimization, also called link building. And what that is doing links on other websites that are relevant to yours that give your website more authority in Google. This is a process. It's not something you just go out and do. If it was that easy, everyone would just go do it and be cookie cutter. But really, it changes all the time. So I'm going to compare your link building compared to what you currently have to the people that are on the front page. So right now, Snapit Booth Rental, this is a tool called Majestic SEO. I subscribe to it. Long story short, you have a 0 trust flow and you have a citation flow of 28. These are 0 to 100. What you want to see a whole bunch of dots going up like this. Granted, you're never going to get up here. That's ridiculous. But you want to see some dots in this area. Your dots are only going this way. You only have 2 other websites linking to yours. I think one of them is your other photo booth rental site, Snapit Raleigh. Yeah. So you're 0 and a 28. You want to be a little bit more even. You don't want to be so tipsy-topsy. So this is the #1 person ranking in Google right now, LOL Photo Booth NC. And then as you can see, their dots are going up. They got a trust flow of 15 and a citation flow of 21 as opposed to your 0 and 28. This is a 6 and 13 for CC Photo Booth. Shutter Booth is yoked because they're a franchise and they pay people a lot of money to rank them everywhere, all over the United States. And then this is Bliss Photo Booth, North Carolina. Have a blast pictures. As you can see, they're beating you on the dots. So really, this is the only thing really separating you between them and ranking on the front page. I hope this answers your question, or actually teaches you something. I hope you get something to take away from this and know where you're at. You're pretty close. You're on page 3. So one last thing. I don't know how to do this because I'm not an expert in .NET Nuke, but your home page, if you click it, it'll load in a second. So if you click the home button, it takes you to home.aspx. If you click the logo button, it takes you to Snapit Photo Booth Rental. If you click the home button at the bottom of the page, it takes you to home.aspx. Long story short, when you build links to your website, you want to build them to the home page. And then if your home page directs them back to this home.aspx, it kind of splits up your troops that are all trying to do the same thing, I guess you can say. So somehow, eventually, this isn't a huge problem. Like, don't waste time or energy or sleep at night. But eventually, you want to click, when you click home there or home here, it only takes you to here, not here. That's about it, Mary. If you have any questions, message me. And that's about it. Thanks for letting me work on your site.